Welcome back to our channel, and as we made you a promise, we're going to keep bringing you the most interesting people right here live from the Dutch Blockchain Week 2025. And we're honored. Not many times do you get to sit down with the people who are actually organizing the event. You come to the event, you talk to everybody, you go from booth to booth to booth, and then you leave the event. But when it comes to the Dutch Blockchain Week, there is this aspect that many people appreciate. It's that human touch and that human connection that you get to speak with the team that's actually behind it, who are volunteers. They're doing this out of the goodness of their heart to foster adoption when it comes to the Dutch market. And both of them are sitting right here with us today. So stay tuned, keep watching, and make sure that you follow our channel for more of these interviews. Rudolf, Christiaan, welcome. Let me start by saying congratulations.
Thank you.
It's approximately 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We already did 10 interviews today, and they were all amazing for the simple fact that the caliber of people that attend this event are very high, making it easier for us to do our job of creating great content. So thank you for that. It looks amazing. The place is full. Stage was amazing. So you, knock on wood, you pulled it off again by organizing a fabulous event. Now, my first question is going to be, how did you do it one more time? Who would like to answer me that question?
Yeah.
How we did it? Whew. I think it's a lot of work. Together with the team, we've, I think, started around 9 months ago. This year we actually merged the Dutch Blockchain Days and the Dutch Blockchain Week, so we got a flagship event containing both a conference and all kinds of side events. I think that works really well. And then of course the community is so involved, all kinds of stakeholders helping out. TradFi, exchanges, builders, regulators. It's also something that you see in the hackathon upstairs, where a lot of these stakeholders are actually working together building solutions. And same counts for the crowd. So I was just going through all the types of people that were going to this event, and it was astonishing to see how many kind of different kind of backgrounds are actually here.
As you know, this is not our first event, and usually we're either in Paris or we're in Hong Kong, and these type of events is nice for us. Why? We're home. You know, it's a 45-minute drive, we're here. It's not a 12-hour flight. So when it comes down to it, we appreciate these events because we are Dutch. This is where we're from. When you organize these type of events, what are the challenges you face? Because you're competing with major international events, and this event is on a scale that caters very specifically to the Dutch market. How do you compete?
I think it's always a challenge. If you look to Paris Blockchain Week, but also Barcelona, we talked about it before in the first interview. They have a large capital behind them, and we are running everything to the BCNL Foundation with our volunteers. So that's always a challenge, but I think that's also our biggest strength, because we're doing that together with our partners, with our community, with our media partners. So yeah, it's always a challenge, but everyone's helping each other because we have a very close ecosystem here in the Netherlands, and that's the reason why we can compete. So it's not really our goal to compete, but we want to place Amsterdam on the map as well, because we have a really large Web3 ecosystem in the Netherlands, and we want to connect them internationally as well.
Very good. Now, I sat down with Kraken, I sat down with Coinbase, and the overlap in those two conversations was very simple. The regular crypto enthusiast in the Netherlands is tech savvy, highly intelligent, and knows exactly what they're doing. When they say something like that about us, it falls on Dutch Blockchain Week, it falls on BCNL, it falls on Bitcoin Magazine, because we are the ones pushing adoption. Now, from your perspective, what are we missing? What is it missing for us to get widespread adoption in the Netherlands?
Killer app is always what they say, right? But I think stablecoins potentially are a killer kind of app for the entire space. What are we missing? I think UX is still lagging behind, so really trying to make people understand how things work, I don't think that's the right approach. We should just have it under the hood, let's say. So it's baked in a solution rather than selling blockchain or decentralized tech. I think that's the biggest challenge we have, is that we try to force people to understand what it is, like average Joe. But average Joe is not really interested in that. It's not just cheaper stuff, quicker, and better. And that's the only thing. And I think that's kind of a split where the ecosystem is currently in, and there's a lot of work to do there.
Thierry, politician, was on my bench this morning, and he brought up something very interesting. He said that in comparison to, for example, France, where they're arresting Pavlov, and Germany, when they're restricting conferences and stopping the ability to use digital currency, the Netherlands has an opportunity to be at the forefront. Do you guys believe that, hey, we have that opportunity to be at the forefront?
I think that's a really difficult question because there are a lot of layers behind it. If we want, we can be on the forefront of Europe, but we don't want that yet. Okay. In terms of the regulators and all the companies above us. I think this is one of our challenges as well, but also our goal that we can push this in terms of education and everything, and also we are not only doing this with the partners, but also for a fact AFM, DNB, the Dutch police, everyone is here also to gathering and understand. So maybe if we push this a little bit more together, the doors from above will be open as well very soon.
Very good. When you look at the background, which we've had up, and you look at Kraken, Coinbase, XC Bybit, and OKX on the same banner, on the same line, at the end of the day, they're still competing against each other. But how come they come together so well in such a small venue? They all talk to each other. What is it about the Dutch Blockchain Week that sets it apart? Because we were at Token, their booths are very far away from each other. We were at Paris, their booths are very far away. Abu Dhabi, the same. But here, they're standing right beside each other. Why is it?
I think it's not as big of an ecosystem as really like a global one. And most of the people know each other from way back. It's also very crypto-minded, where people just like to collaborate. So I think that as a whole makes it just way more easy. And that's also what you mentioned with police being here, AFM, DNB. I think they're tipping their toes in the water, and it's a bit of a stepping stone. So having all these parties together and not having it from a competition kind of input, but the starting point is, hey, we got this shared vision, a decentralized financial system, and we should all collaborate on that. So I think it's a good thing that we're here all together.
Very good.
And one important point to touch is, I said it in the past in the interview we had already, and also in the beginning of the interview. We build a different kind of ecosystem here. We are not a commercial event. We are doing this with our partners, and they are feeling the same. They want to support the ecosystem in the Netherlands. So, and that's why there's not a competition. Of course, they know what they can say, what they can't say to each other.
Yeah.
They know very well. But on the other hand, if we, tomorrow when the summit is done and we walk away, we go to the after party, and all the exchanges will be there and drinking a beer together.
Wonderful.
And that's a whole different vibe.
That's a community.
Exactly.
Very good. In Paris, I had a panel on institutional adoption, adopting DeFi, adopting crypto. And then I came back to the Netherlands, and on Monday, I found myself inside of one of the biggest banks in the Netherlands, ABN AMRO, at a crypto event. And I'll be honest, I didn't expect it. So my question is simple. My first question on the matter is, how did you pull that off to find ABN AMRO to organize an event with Dutch Blockchain Week and tell you, hey, you guys are 100% crypto blockchain, come in our home, in our house, and organize it. They came to your event, but they brought you to their house. How did you guys pull this off?
BCNL and ABN AMRO go way back actually. So BCNL started in 2016, and I believe in 2017 or 18 was already the first event that we organized together. yes, they're a bit hesitant every now and then, especially regarding crypto. In the 2017 time, it was also a bit different, I guess. These days, there's more TradFi being involved in DeFi, and they trust us, and we trust them. I think they've got a good location where you can bring together all these inspiring minds to collaborate and think about the future. So what is possible? And you see that with a lot of more traditional finance organizations that they were looking from the sideline for a long time, and they've been building in stealth mode, but now they're actually more open to the idea, and they're experimenting, and they're doing a lot of innovation actually, and they're showing it a bit more than they did until now.
Wonderful. I got two things about Monday. First thing, and I heard it twice on stage, filling up that room to capacity. Two people mentioned that, hey, it's difficult, you struggle, but Dutch Blockchain Week filled up the room.
Yeah, we had a waiting list like crazy.
Yeah. Very good. So what was the key to getting all those people interested?
I think it's our strong network that we have. So we've got quite a broad network, and especially in these areas, we're strong. Internationally was interesting for people. So I spoke with tons of people that actually flew in for the event and then headed back the next day. Unfortunately, they're not all here. And yeah, the most important, I think, to fill up such a room is that the content there should be appealing, and people want to learn, like traditional investors, high net worth individuals, family offices. They're all interested, like, what can we do in the digital asset space? It's exciting, it's new, a lot of opportunities are opening up, but they miss the kind of educational stuff, and that's what we bring in. So we kind of learn them what spectrum there is, and then from there they can decide.
It's good to say that there was absolutely not 100% only crypto and blockchain. As we call it in the Netherlands, old money, traditional finance, it was there just to learn. And of course the name ABN AMRO is also a huge trigger to come to the event.
It's curiosity.
Exactly.
They're curious.
Yeah.
The seal of approval in a way.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, very honest. During your first panel, I was frustrated, irritated, aggravated, because as someone from our perspective, if you're saying, hey, you should only have 1% of your portfolio in Bitcoin, and you should say, oh, altcoins have no intrinsic value, what are you going to use them for? Those things.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But one thing they said in the first panel that stuck with me, one of your panelists traveled to the US, and he said that he felt that Europe is 2 years behind from the US. Do you also believe, from your intrinsic knowledge from the Dutch blockchain aspect, we know from Bitcoin Magazine, we don't agree, but how do you guys think? Do you believe that as well?
It's exactly what I said before. The doors from above are not open yet. We don't have the support for everything yet. If we want, Dutch people are always on the forefront. Technology, blockchain, crypto, big companies, tech, but still they are holding it off. And I'm not sure why. And again, the doors are slowly open, but yeah, America is way more ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, we feel that.
You feel that too?
Yeah, I guess so. I wish things would go faster. The US was behind actually, but now they're catching up quite rapidly. So you can see that within a relatively short time frame, you can actually do a lot. But here, you know, Europe is a bit slow, and then Holland tends to be like the best kid in class, as we call in Dutch. Yeah, very cautious. Keep it on. We're going to look around how things develop, but that's not what we wish. What the mindset should be, because there's so much opportunity, and I don't really get why we're so hesitant to really dive into it and take a leap of faith.
Do you think that maybe we should I'll give you an example. Our American counterpart, BitcoinMagazine.com, is hosting an event in Las Vegas. They booked both sons of Donald Trump, and the Vice President, J.D. Vance, is appearing at a crypto event. Never happened before. Do you think that we should also try and do that with the next Dutch Blockchain Week? Try and catch all the major politicians here to be part of the event. Do you think that would work for the European market? I see you shaking your head no right there.
You can answer, but my answer is no. No.
I think, you know, Prince Constantijn will be here tomorrow, which is good. He's not necessarily a politician, but he's quite a stateful guy, right? So a lot of people look up to him. Him showing up here, supporting fintech and digital asset and crypto, really good. On the politician side of things, we try to avoid that. Everyone's welcome, but we don't necessarily have an opinion. That we invite from the whole spectrum, and sometimes they come, sometimes they don't. Most of the times they don't. I think it's for them. It's they have other priorities, I think, and innovation, fintech is, even though it's a huge topic in Holland, but in the political arena, it simply isn't.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I was already shaking my head, so yeah, I couldn't agree more. It's also because we are, the US and Europe are kind of different, because yeah, we are Europe, we are not only one country. You see that with Mika, it all takes so much longer.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Good. Simple.
Simple.
No.
No. No.
Very good.
No.
So, Dutch Blockchain Week, we started on Monday. Amazing event, VIP event yesterday. Today we have the summit. We have 2-day summit today and tomorrow. Prince is here tomorrow. Very well done. I'm looking forward to sitting down with him tomorrow and ask him what is it that makes the Dutch Blockchain Week so important for him to be here. And then from there, Friday, boat tour, closing event. So, Saturday morning, when both of you wake up Saturday morning at your respective houses.
I'm not waking up in the morning. I'm waking up somewhere in the evening, I guess.
All right. At the point that you guys wake up on Saturday,
yeah.
First of all, what is the one thing that you believe you're going to reflect on? And what already do you know from this being the third day that you're going to do different next year?
I think we are, I think it's really difficult to say, okay, we are going to do this different, because we are in the middle of it.
Yep.
Our head is just spinning around and living in the moment, because you need to be ready now and today. So I think we will take a step back for a couple of days and then start with reflecting. Also with the team, we have some team sessions for feedback with the whole team, and there you're going to think about. So to be honest, what we pulled off this year is we have step by step. 3 years ago it was 400, last year it was 500, now it's 800 in total in 2 days. Per day. So yeah, we already think we did a really good job, and growing step by step, we are not in a rush, and reflecting is a little bit later.
And we need to gather a lot of feedback, as well, what we always do, from all stakeholders. So participants, partners, media, and then, you know, we've got our ideas now. It's never perfect, there's always room for improvement. But I think, you know, overall, with the capacity we have and the ambition we have, we're on the right path, and hopefully we can keep on going on this trajectory.
By the time people see this video, Dutch Blockchain Week is done. It has passed. So, from your sense, what would you like them to know? What is the one thing that you would say, hey, by the time you guys are watching this video, this is what you should have known about us, and this is what you can expect from us next year?
I think the most traditional events are really closed. You know what I mean? It's not personal, it's not the real networking, and we give a really high value on networking. We have a lot of drinks, a lot of opportunities to network. So everyone that is like a beginner a medium or an expert in crypto for everyone's room here at the Dutch Blockchain Week, and especially on the summit. So if they are not here, I would like to invite them for next year to just come and see what we are building for the Netherlands.
People are really approachable here, so it's easy from being from the outside that you can step into this world and then directly connect with like the leading figures, and I think that's unique.
That's how I started off the interview, that personal touch.
Yeah.
You don't usually see the organizer walking the floor, carrying tables, picking up drinks off tables.
Yeah.
I saw him do that.
The devil is in the detail.
Yeah.
Exactly. I saw you opening banners and directing and setting up.
We're all part of the team, so we all do it
Exactly.
together.
Exactly.
We have no management layers. Yeah, we are a team. We're doing it together. Period.
That personal touch is going to help you guys grow much and much better.
Thank
So you heard it right here. We are growing. If you missed it, I feel sorry for you. But you had to be here, and we just heard from the mouth of Rudolf and Christiaan themselves what makes Dutch Blockchain Week so special, and we hope that you keep preparing for next year, because then you'll be able to join us. Thank you for giving us the honor of being one of your main media partners. We appreciate the responsibility that you said, hey, I'm going to place this trust in Bitcoin Magazine Netherlands, and I hope we live up to your standards.
More than. We are very happy with you.
I'm very happy to hear that. We will see you all soon.